and welcome back. I am so excited today to react to more Rin, and I've listened to you all in the comments. Many of you wanted me to do the trilogy, which was a 13-minute video called Screech something, but I'm going to do chalk lines because a lot of you recommended me to like ease me into it based on the fact that the content of my book, which I talked about last time, is some good amount of abuse. So, so I feel like that might be a little too much for me today. So I'm going to be doing chalk lines first, next. Also, I'm very excited to be part of the Renegades. Thank you so much for all of the love. All were just so encouraging. Most of you will say it was a little shocking with some of the comments that I received that I'm not used to on my videos, a lot more misogynistic ones, telling me how I should react, to shut up and listen, to stop pausing so much, even comments about my red hair, and I wouldn't be doing that anymore. You should go over to TikTok. If any of you know about Ginger Talk, then you know. Okay. I want to say that this is my channel. This is how I do it. When I have thoughts that arise, I often will stop and talk about it, but I feel like I'm pretty respectful and going back to the beginning because I do understand that there's a flow of music and interrupting it a lot. I understand where that could be frustrating. Look, if you want a silent reaction, please do go to another channel. That's not going to be the one here. And I'm not going to allow those comments to make me self-conscious. And also for the comment that this therapist needs a therapist, I think I let you know I do have a therapist because that's good practice. That's ethical because we are human beings too. And while we can be really great therapists and usually get into this because we want to help other people heal, we have blind spots in our own lives. And I talk openly about that in both of my books. My first book called Hey Addiction, Thanks for Nothing, a brutally honest guide to loving an addict without losing your mind. And my second book is called The Plan B Chronicles, Divorce, Defiance, Liberation. It comes out July 8th. If you all could pre-order, that would mean a lot. All right, and to everybody else who gave me amazing love, thank you. Thank you. I feel it, and I'm excited to be part of the Renegades. Also, most of my videos I do not make money off of because they are copyrighted. I try to dispute as much as I possibly can, but it's been years of not making money, and I really, really want to continue doing this. I have a child with special needs, and he requires someone to babysit him while I do these, and things have just been a little tough. So one of many reasons why I went over to Patreon. So if you would like to join, go to patreon.com/womenwithmare, and thank you to these wonderful Patreon members who keep me afloat, keep this going, and I just so appreciate it, and I love you all. And yes, I am coming from my bed today because I'm just feeling worn out.
Still here in this bed that I crawled in. I hope that I'm someone else in the morning. So take this one, wash it down and you'll be fine. Then walk around in the floating chalk outline. So it goes, let it be. In the gallows, balanced on my toes so I can breathe. But little by little, bit by bit, I push it back down with a new habit. If not for long, just for a while, I'll bury myself with a great big smile. Oh my, oh my, we trace ourselves in these chalk outlines. Oh my, oh my, erase ourselves in these chalk outlines.
Okay. Wow. I feel a little emotional. I know that feeling whenever you crawl into bed. Sometimes I have to be like,
Right, I'll be okay tomorrow.
I don't know what he's swallowing down. I don't know if it's something that was prescribed to him. Sometimes we look to pills or something to make us feel better. You know, you see that the outline of chalk at a crime scene, and it means that they're gone. So walking around, still being alive, but feeling dead inside or numb or disassociated, that you're not really in your body, you're not really yourself, is what I'm thinking he's saying here. Say in the gallows I balanced on my toes. That gives me a little bit of unaliving imagery, because gallows, I don't know, it goes back to some kind of like German saying, I think.
I'm not positive.
I believe they hung criminals. And so if you're still on your tiptoes, you know, the noose is on your neck, but you're still not gone yet. And you're doing everything that you can to continue breathing and surviving, but it's very grim. It's definitely giving me the feeling that he doesn't feel okay in who he is right now. Or maybe he's having thoughts of unaliving himself, taking something in hopes that he'll feel better. It makes me think about being incongruent, like where your interior world doesn't match your exterior. Whenever he says something about he buries himself with a great big smile, we often will show a different version of ourselves or seem like we're okay when really we're dying inside and we're not doing well at all.
Sertraline and a sip of serotonin.
All right, don't kill me for stopping. I feel like she looks really familiar. I feel like she was trending on TikTok. Sertraline, you didn't know, that is Zoloft. Sertraline is an SSRI, which is a selective serotonin reuptake inhibitor. And she's saying a sip of serotonin. So what happens, like if this is your brain and you take an SSRI, your brain like releases, let's say, down a wall like this, and some serotonin goes out every day, and then the wall goes back up. So what an SSRI does is that it allows this wall to stay down a little bit longer, so you get a little bit more serotonin in your bloodstream. And serotonin is really great because it helps us cope. So she's talking about sertraline and a sip of serotonin. They're basically talking about taking an antidepressant / anti-anxiety, because Zoloft or sertraline it has a combo of both. Some have a little bit more depressant, some have a little bit more for anxiety. It differs on the type of medication, but that's just the one that they're discussing right here. And it's also one that I have taken.
Currently taken.
I've taken it just at certain periods in my life, like hard times, like after having a child, during grad school, things like that.
Don't cry, 'cause there's a pill for everything. Take this one, wash it down, and you'll be fine. The feeling goes, and you draw a chalk outline.
So it goes, let it be. In the gallows, I'm balanced on my toes so I can breathe. But little by little, bit by bit, I push it back down with a new habit. If not for long, just for a while, I'll bury myself with a great big smile. Oh my, a perfect day. Take it just in case. Take it just in case. I'm scared of being okay, 'cause all things change. All things change. It's such a perfect day. It's a beautiful shade. It's a beautiful shade. I'm scared of being okay, 'cause all things change. But little by little, bit by bit, I'll push it back down with a new habit. If not for long, just for a while, I'll bury myself with a great big smile. Oh my, we trace ourselves in these chalk outlines. Oh my,
Erase ourselves in these chalk outlines.
Okay. I gotta catch my breath. That was wow.
Wow.
So incredibly moving. Gosh, I feel two different things here. On one hand, I feel like they're not encouraging you to take medicine because all things change. And I do believe that accepting that change and suffering are the only two things that you can count on in life. Your world will be better for it. And knowing that all things will change, you won't always be in the circumstances. Certain circumstances, in order to survive it, you have to have tools. And sometimes that can be medication. Medication, oftentimes, if you cannot find the right one, it can make you feel worse. It can have side effects where you lose your libido, where you gain weight, where you feel disconnected from your body. I've had the experience where I felt like I couldn't actually cry. There isn't a magic pill. Nothing is going to be 100% you're the savior. It's very, very hard. I don't think that this is necessarily against medication or for it. And I don't want anybody to take what I'm saying as being for or against. I'm just seeing like this from a lot of different angles. Sometimes I feel like we're damned if you do, damned if you don't. The other side of it, what can be scary about taking medication is if you start to actually get better, what is it like to exist in the world when you feel better? And it's also hard because you can feel better, but then the rest of your world may not match that. Or you feel so much better, and then there's unease or new unease because you're like, when's the other shoe going to drop? Like, when are things going to get bad again? Because I feel like sometimes it's fleeting. Like, we're like, how do I find stability and feeling good? How long does it last? When ultimately, at the end of the day, all we have is ourselves, and we have to take care of ourselves and do whatever is best for ourselves, and know that there's going to be constant ebbs and flows of life. And the best thing is never to let your highs get too high and your lows get too low. This was absolutely incredible. Her voice is incredible. And when they were singing right to each other, I thought I was going to lose my breath. It was so much power and so much conviction and understanding, and makes me feel seen. I feel like it would make my clients feel seen. Thank you for recommending it. I'm excited to keep going down this rabbit hole because it's pretty incredible. All right. Thank you all. I hope you enjoyed. Take care.